5G is grounded in spooked airlines. We found the reason. The journey to 5G is having a turbulent takeoff in this. The rollout of the wireless service has been partially postponed due to fears that it poses a threat to aircraft safety. International airlines including Emirates, British Airways, and Air India cancelled flights to this on Wednesday over concerns about interference from 5G towers. Telecoms giants Verizon and it have agreed to restrict the rollout near key airports, but this has allayed the anger of the aviation industry. In scientific terms, carriers, airlines, pilots, and passengers are really fucking pissed off. Here's what you need to know about the drama. Verizon and it both run their 5G networks on the C-band spectrum, a set of radio airwaves that are expected to provide wider coverage and higher speeds. However, there's one big problem with it. The frequencies are close to those used by sensitive aviation instruments. This has sparked fears that 5G towers near airports will interfere with radio altimeters, which indicate an airplane's altitude and support safe landing. In 2020, the Radio Technical Committee for Aeronautics warned of catastrophic failures leading to multiple fatalities. In the absence of appropriate mitigations, the Federal Aviation Administration has also raised concerns. The regulator said last November that 5G could cause safety equipment to malfunction and trigger degradation to the capabilities of safety systems and other equipment that depend on radio altimeters, particularly during low-altitude operations. On Monday, the bosses of some of America's biggest airlines expressed further anxieties. In a joint letter to federal officials shared with TNW, they said 5G could lead to extensive flight restrictions and swathes of planes being grounded. Emirates President Tim Clark was a more vociferous critic. He told CNN that the rollout was utterly irresponsible. Clark said the power and placement of 5G antenna could have grave consequences. The evidence that 5G interferes with any of these systems remains unclear. However, the CTIA, a telecoms lobby group, said 5G networks can safely use the C-band spectrum without causing harmful interference to aviation equipment. Studies on the risk have produced conflicting results. Further investigations into the potential dangers are ongoing. The FAA, meanwhile, is working to clear aircraft for instrument landings. The watchdog said on Wednesday that it had approved 62% of its commercial planes for low-visibility landings at airports where 5G is deployed. AT and Verizon have invested heavily in C-band. In 2021, the wireless carriers spent around $80 billion on licenses for the spectrum. Both companies say their networks will not interfere with aircraft. The duo has agreed to postpone the rollout and address the airline's fears, but they clearly aren't happy. In a statement, its spokesperson told TNW that the firm was frustrated with the aviation sector. They said the industry and the FAA have not utilized the 2 years they've had the FAA have the responsibly planned for this deployment. The issues haven't affected other countries as badly because they don't use the same 5G frequencies as the US. In Europe, for instance, the network operates on a wavelength that is less likely to cause interference. Both the EU's Aviation Safety Authority and the UK's Civil Aviation Authority say there's no such problem with their networks. China and Australia have also rolled out 5G without any issues with aircraft. The spokesperson blamed regulators for this falling behind. Critics have also pointed the finger at the federal government. They've blamed the Trump administration for failing to create a national spectrum policy, and the Biden administration for the chaotic rollout. Somehow, Europe's collection of crappy governments has avoided such problems. People on the continent are already cleared to travel with their shiny 5G phones, although it would probably be wise to turn on flight mode.